On to Mr. Mumal then.
Thank you, Chairman Kaufman and fellow members of the committee. I'm Josh Van Campen. I'm fourth generation in a 70-year automobile dealership in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We employ about 40 full-time employees, 7 part-time employees. Don't have a lot of turnover. What brought me down here, the reason I was asked to come down here was a story I'd like to tell. About 4 months ago, I terminated an employee for getting into a physical fight with one of my customers. He's now awarded unemployment compensation and has been for the last 2 months or so and still rides it. So what happened, the events leading up to this was a disagreement with a customer. The customer accused my salesperson of lying or cheating the sale. The salesperson took that offensively, obviously. The customer demanded his keys back. The salesperson verbally abused him, got nose to nose with him, almost hit him, but didn't. No physical altercation yet. Went outside after many attempts of myself, my brother, my general manager, and one other employee to separate these two individuals was unsuccessful. I then told the salesperson to go get the customer's keys for the trade-in. He brought him back. The customer demanded his keys. The customer was also yelling at him. Demanded his keys, so the salesperson dropped him on the floor. When the customer reached down to get the keys, he kicked him across the floor. Just in a horrible manner. At this time, the customer did punch him. He hit him in the upper chest, and then the salesperson returned a punch to him, in which time myself and my general manager pulled these two people apart, settled them down. So if that wasn't enough, I asked the salesperson to go home for the day. He got on social networking and continued to verbally abuse this customer. I called him. I asked him to remove his comments. He said it's none of my business. Next morning, I terminated him, obviously. I wrote it down. I terminated him for all the events leading up to it, not for self-defense. That wasn't the problem. It was how he handled himself unprofessionally leading up to it. 2 appeals later, he was awarded unemployment compensation for the reasons of: the claimant's actions did not show willful disregard of the employer's interest. The claimant's actions showed a disregard of standards of behavior that the employer has the right to expect of its employees. The claimant hit the customer back defending himself. I appealed once more, saying that's not the issue. The issue was the events leading up to it. And of course, I was turned down for that. This is a problem in my business because I only employ about 40 people. One claim raises my rate every year. So I have an excess of $200,000 in tax paid over the years. I pay out about $10,000 to $13,000 a year in unemployment compensation, and I pay in $25,000 in taxes, yet my rate goes up every single year. So if we continue to pay claims like this, where there was clear willful misconduct, then I'll never get a handle on my rate. It'll continue to go up. So I think this bill is one step in the right direction. That's my story.